I got tricked into failing my driving test. Okay, slight rant, but I was so nervous, almost on verge of a panic attack, as this was my first ever driving test and I got tricked into failing in the first couple of minutes. I know it's still partially my fault, but I do feel I was tricked. I heard the instructions: take the second road on your right, very confusing as there's 2 one-way side roads to pass before you can safely turn right. Knowing this, I said it can't be there and continued up until reaching the second right turning, when he loudly said take the second right with a very firm tone. My mind literally went blank and it sounded like he was suggesting I turn right immediately. By this point I was past being able to see the double lines on my right and I literally pointed and said, "What, this right?" To which he quickly said yes. I began to turn before he quickly said, "No, not that one." After he had literally just said yes when I pointed very clearly at the road. I feel so tricked. I feel his instructions were needlessly misleading, and although I shouldn't have listened, I was terrified and not expecting to be tricked or given confusing instructions. Maybe from the sat-nav, but not from him. Especially not so soon. I do accept I was stupid for turning, but I wouldn't have done so if it wasn't for his persistence and literal yes in response to my question. I felt crazy pressure to pass too after having to pay £200 to book it via a third party, COVID backlog. My instructor wasn't impressed either, but he sort of suggested I find a new instructor as he's had too many serious faults on his name now. Literally spent so much money and got nowhere. Completely feel like giving up and wasn't expecting trickery and deliberately confusing instructions as I was so nervous.